Hello, what's your PC Jack, and welcome to this week's news roundup. If there's one thing that PC gamers fear the most, I think we'd all come up with the same answer. No, not frame drops or even GPU scalpers. That would be fire. And rather concerningly, that's been the biggest topic of discussion this week, with the RTX 4090's 12VH power connector actually going up in flames. So let's find out why. So, this week, multiple reports from RTX 4090 users began to emerge due to 12VH power connectors catching fire while in use. Given the high cost of RTX 4090s and the significant risk to other hardware, this story has blown up and has been covered by multiple news outlets. While maybe this is something that could be isolated to only a small number of users, this is still certainly something that can't be ignored. First though, let's take a look at why this new connector has been implemented. Well, given the RTX 4090's high board power requirements with the Founders Edition drawing up to around 450 watts alone, Nvidia has looked to simplify this power delivery system in a more convenient and slimmed down connector. That's where the 12VH power connector comes in, which can supply up to 600 watts of power. For comparison, a standard 8-pin PCIe connector can supply up to 150 watts of power, so given the power draw of the 4090, you would need around 3 of those in order to actually power the GPU, and of course you would get supplemental power from the PCI Express slot, which is 75 watts. Now, as the 4090 PCB on the FE is fairly small compared to AIBs, of course it's handy for them to reduce the amount of power connectors required. But what is concerning about this design decision is the fact that we're passing 600 watts through a single cable. Given how PCIe cables are so overkill when it comes to safety precautions and have been over-engineered over the past couple of years, it's a bit more challenging when these new standards begin to arise like the 12VH power connector. But it seems there are concerns of overbending a 12VH power connector, and we are starting to see recommendations to not bend the cable up to 35mm, which included with the large size of 4090s, means clearance would still be a big issue in some scenarios with the cable. Nonetheless, these reports are beginning to emerge much more frequently, which makes us believe that these issues might not be as isolated as we first expected. We're even beginning to hear reports that Nvidia is actually going to begin actively investigating this, as there could potentially be a recall on these adapters. There's a lot going on with this, but hopefully we should hear some more official wording on this closer to the release of the RTX 4080, which I would expect will still implement this cable as well. Rather amusingly, AMD have come out and announced that they're not going to be implementing a 12VH power connector on their RDNA 3 GPUs, which are expected to be revealed in November. AMD has a press event on November 3rd, however, they have seemed to have backtracked a little bit, as they did say it was when RDNA 3 would be launching, but they seem to have changed this to being unveiled instead. Either way, people are very excited to see what AMD has up their sleeves, especially given that Nvidia has had a really strange past couple of weeks in the spotlight. Especially after unlaunching the RTX 4080 12GB, as it's too confusing having 2 GPUs with the same name. But only a few weeks later we have this. Additional versions of GeForce RTX 3060 Ti and 3060. To give more choices to gamers and creators, we're introducing a couple of additional options from our network of graphics card partners worldwide, starting in November. First is a faster GeForce RTX 3060 Ti with GDDR6X memory, in addition to the original version with GDDR6 memory. Second is a GeForce RTX 3060 with 8GB of GDDR6 memory. Both new options are supported starting with today's Game Ready driver. For more details on each option, visit the GeForce RTX 3060 family product page on geforce.com. So this clearly confirms that Nvidia just does not care about confusing gamers with yet again another confusing stack of cards, boggling the existing stack even further. We're even beginning to see reports that the GDDR6X version of the RTX 3060 Ti actually outperforms the RTX 3070 though, which is pretty interesting, so I'd be interested to see further testing of these cards moving forward. Hopefully we should begin to see more cohesion between these SKUs, but for now though, it seems we've got these really confusing names for GPUs on RTX 30 series yet again. I still find it bewildering that Nvidia could come out and say that the RTX 4080s would have been too confusing, and then drop news like this. Thanks Nvidia. So, that's it for this week's news roundup. Let us know your thoughts on the topics down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to like and subscribe for more videos on the way soon. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at PCJack94. If you'd like to talk more with myself and other like-minded hardware enthusiasts, then make sure to check out the PC Jack Discord server. If you'd like to support the channel even further though, then make sure to check out the PC Jack Patreon, where you can claim exclusive benefits while helping to fund everything on the channel for you guys. You'll find links to all those in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.